Yeah, so today we have a 99 overall, and every single miss he has is going to be -1 attribute. So today we have PJ Lacey. He's in a center, an 18-year-old center, who's got 99 overall stats in everything, from potential to layup. His tendencies are also all 100, just so that to make sure he shoots everything. His durability is also 99. He's got all Hall of Fame badges, and all of his zones are all hot. We're just gonna see how he performs throughout the season, and then at the end of the season, the amount of missed shots that he has, we will subtract from it. And if you do see in the top right, we do have the old school Milwaukee Bucks, and kind of all the logos are all old school. That's because I did this in the Bird Magic era, just because I haven't done a video yet in it. I just thought it was cool. I just put the automatic minutes on. He's going to be playing 36 minutes. We're just doing field goal attempts just to see, so that I didn't want to put in free throws just to make it even quicker. But, and I'm also not adding playoffs. So, he's immune for playoffs. He can do whatever he wants in the playoffs. So just to show you how this will all work, so I'll just simulate the first game. So it was a win 141-74. And so let's see the box score. PJ Lacey 31-17-13. He's definitely winning MVP this year. So he missed 4 shots. So it would be like 4 decreases in his overall attribute points. But we're not going to do that game by game because it's going to be really hard to keep track of. So we'll just simulate to the All-Star break and kind of just see how well he's performing and see his overall stats. Oh, and while we are simulating, please put in the comments how many seasons it'll take for him to become a 40 overall, and also put any video ideas you have in the comments, maybe preferably ones that are different eras for me to do, like career sims or things like that. But we are at the All-Star break. He is the leading scorer of the entire league with 30 points, 14 rebounds, about 9 assists. So that's pretty good, with really efficient shooting of 62%. I don't know how much of a difference it makes since he is a center in the 80s, because there isn't a lot of 3-point shooting. Yeah, there's only 3 people that qualify for it, and he's one of them. He also leads the league in free throw percentage. He's missing about 6 field goals per game. It's not bad. So far for field goals, he's missed about a little over 200 field goals missed, so we'll tally that up at the end of the season. For award races, he's clearly number 1 with a 30-point, almost triple-double. He should win Rookie of the Year. I did put him out as a rookie. He is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm just going to simulate the season, see what he averaged in the end, and just subtract all the attribute points from there. So I'll see you then. Alrighty, end of the season. PJ Lacey won MVP, averaging 29, 13, and 8, which is pretty down from what we saw before, but he still shot 62% from the field, which is really good. He also won Rookie of the Year. Kevin McHale with 6th Man of the Year, and PJ Lacey with Defensive Player of the Year. So first team, we see Magic, Alex English, Bird, McGuire, and our boy PJ Lacey. And then he's on all defensive first team, and he should be on all rookie first team as well. So we were the 1 seed, and we had a record of 67-15, which is 1 game back of the Lakers, which is really good. Alrighty, so PJ Lacey attempted 1,264 field goal attempts, and he made 792. So that leaves him with 472 missed shots. Alrighty, so first we're gonna decrease all of his zones. There are 14 zones, so I'll just do that right now. Next, I'm going to be decreasing all of his defending badges. So all of these will be down to none. So what I'm gonna try and do here is essentially decrease all of his defending stats, since the challenge is just him missing shots. So I'll do this and see if that really makes a big difference on his overall. Alrighty, so I just unequipped all of his defending badges. He's down to 393 left to go to decrease. I'm gonna do, I guess, all the personality badges, since they don't really matter all that much, but they're just here, so I'll just decrease them just to save him something so that he can keep his 99 overall status. Alrighty, so after doing the personality ones, we're down to 380. I'll leave all the scoring for now. Next, we're gonna lower his defensive consistency to a 25, just because he doesn't really need it. I guess 26. So that leaves us with 307. I'll lower also his help defense IQ, and that's going all the way down to a 26 since he gets a +1 overall boost. We're down to 234. Defensive rebound will also go down, and that'll be down to a 26 as well. That leaves us with 161. I'll go with steal next just because he's a center. He doesn't really need to be able to steal the ball. We're down to 88 now, so maybe I can do, yeah, let's do perimeter defense since he's a center, doesn't really need it. He still should be really good. He's still at a 99. So that leaves us with 15. Alrighty, so I removed his rebounding Hall of Fame badges, so now we're down to 7, and then I'll remove his athleticism one. So that leaves us with 3 left. I'll put down his ankle breaker since he doesn't really need it. So let's see, after all of that, he's still a 99 overall, which is good. It's just he's not a good perimeter defender. That's kind of about it. So we'll just simulate these playoffs and see what happens. And the Lakers beat us in the finals, led by Magic Johnson. Let's see his playoff stats. So he averaged 29.9, so about 30. Really bad rebounds for a center. That's probably why, because we took down his rebounding so much on the defensive end, but it is what it is. And he still got 7.9 assists, which is really good. Still shot really, really well. We will simulate to the next year. So he has so far an MVP under his belt and All-Star appearance, Defensive Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year. So we will just simulate to the All-Star break, check on how he's doing and the team is doing. And yeah, ready. We are at the All-Star break. We're 23-19. Actually, not that bad. We're 4th in the conference. So he is averaging 29.5, 4 rebounds per game, even though I took away all of his rebounds, and 7 assists per game. So still pretty good. Still shooting the ball almost at 60%, which is nice to see. He is missing about 6 shots per game, and he was still an all-star, so it's good to see that. On the first team, he is here. He did not make a defensive team. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. We are the 4 seed, so for season stats, he averaged 29.2, 4 rebounds, about 7 assists per game, which is really good. He shot above 60%, which is really good. So he shot the ball 1,287 times, and he made 773 of those attempts, which leaves us with 514 missed attempts. He did shoot the ball worse than this season, but I guess it's okay. I will focus mainly on the badges. I'll just remove all the badges first from him, just so that it's now just all stats. Alrighty, so I just removed all of his badges. I know it says 1. I think it's an expressive badge. I can't even find it. I equipped everything, but he is down to a 94 now. We still have 306 points that we have to take away from him. So I will take away, I guess, the intangibles, because they don't really do anything. I remember seeing that from 2K, that it just increases your overall, so it doesn't really do much. So we're down to 232. He doesn't really need his pass perception. I just want him to score. I just want him to shoot the ball more. So that's gonna go down to a 26. So we're down to 159. I'll just decrease all these other ones that he got already. So I just lowered everything else that he doesn't really need. So we're just going to now do his free throw, since it doesn't really do anything. We'll decrease this to 26. We're down to 79. I will put his draw foul onto it because it doesn't really do anything. Just makes him score more. 26 as well. That leaves us with 6 left, and I will decrease his speed with ball. After all those changes, he went from a 99 down to a 86, which is a pretty big jump, but I think the first one was just because I removed his intangibles and his badges and his hot zones. So we'll just see if maybe they can win a ring. They are the 4 seed though, but I doubt it. So we'll just simulate the playoffs. We lose to the Celtics, and the Lakers once again win the ring, led by Magic. Just go to player progression. Maybe he improved. He's up to an 89 from an 84, so that potential is really helping him out. We're going into our 3rd season, so I'll just simulate. He still was an all-star, so that's good to see, and we'll just simulate to the end of the season. He still is here on the first team, which is really good. He averaged 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. So we are the 2 seed. Hopefully we can maybe win a championship for him. So he attempted in his 3rd year 1,507 field goals, and he only made 908, which is 599. So that, I think, is the most field goals he attempted, and I think also made, but it is the most he's missed. So he gained all of his badges back. So I will decrease all of his badges. Alrighty, so I removed everything. He still has that one badge for some reason. He is down to 87. He still has 542 left to go. I probably need to, at this point, to decrease all of his defensive stats. So I will put these back to normal and then we'll go back. Alrighty, so putting him back to his original thing that he had before, he's now an 86 overall with 489 points left to decrease. So I will decrease his lateral quickness down to a 26. That brings him to 416. Offensive rebound will also decrease. That brings him to 343. Block will also decrease. We're just gonna make him the worst defending center of all time, just scoring. That brings him to 270. Interior defense will also decrease to a 26. That brings him to 197. His pass vision, he doesn't need that. That drops him down. He's now just an offensive threat. He's now at 124. Pass IQ, we don't need that either. Now down to 51. So I'm also gonna decrease his potential now to 81, just so that he doesn't get back up like he did before. And we have 33 left, so I will put that all on hustle. That leaves him with a 66 hustle. Alrighty, so when we confirm all the changes, he's a shoot first 5 now, who's an 81. So he can still essentially catch the ball and score. That's what we want him to do, is still shoot the ball. Next season we'll start lowering his speed and his pass. Alrighty, so we're just gonna simulate these playoffs. They shouldn't win now. The best year that they had was the first one. Alrighty, player progression. He's still here. He's down to an 83 overall. He's still getting badges somehow, 49 badges. But we'll simulate to the next season. This is, I believe, season 4 for him, and we'll see. Maybe he'll make an all-star appearance, maybe. Alrighty, so we're at the all-star break and I'm looking at the East All-Stars and doesn't look like he's here. Well, we aren't very good. We're 14 and 26. We're probably not going to make the playoffs, so we didn't even make the playoffs because we had a horrible record of 30 and 52. PJ Lacey averaged during the season 19 points, about 4 assists, 0.1 rebounds for a 7'3" center. That's insane. He only got the whole season 7 rebounds. He averaged still really good shooting percentage of 58%. Field goal attempts, he had 1,251. He made 728. He's back up to 522 missed attempts. And he still has all of those badges and everything. So I'm probably hot zone. So I'll fix that, lower his potential and everything else, all of his hands and everything. And then we should be good. I'll lower everything, like the 26 ones that he keeps getting, like these that he's getting from like morale boosts or something. Alrighty, after doing all of that, we're up to a 81 overall and we have 452 points left to decrease him. So we're going to decrease his pass accuracy because you don't need that, to down to a 25 overall, which leaves us with 378. Speed with ball goes all the way down to 25, which puts us at 309. We will lower his speed to a 25 as well from a 98. That will give us 236 left, and I think it's time to also decrease his ball handle because he doesn't really need, which leaves us with 162 left. Decrease his acceleration now. We're just gonna do everything. That leaves us with 89 points left. I will decrease his hustle. That leaves us with 50 left. Decrease his potential by 7, which leaves us with 43 left, and we will all of that onto his stamina. So after all of that, he's down to a 77. He still is the only center on this roster, so they have to play him. And we didn't make the playoffs, so we'll just simulate. And the Sixers win the ring, led by Moses Malone. Alrighty, so player progression, he's up to a 79 overall, but all he can do now is just score inside, mid-range, and 3-point. Can't really do anything else. Gonna start decreasing his physicals, and then 3-point, and then mid-range. So he's going into his 5th year. He's not going to win any more awards, so we're just waiting until essentially decreases all the way. End of the season, we were completely awful. I don't even think we cracked 20 wins. I don't even want to look at our record. He's not going to be on any of these lists. We were the worst team in the entirety of the NBA, and this only has 22 teams. So season stats, he was our leading scorer with 16 points. Very big drop off. Still averaging that 0.1 rebound per game. He's got 3 assists still. Somehow a decent defender because he's 7'3". Still averaging 52% from the field. Now it's time for the big part. How many shots did he miss? So he missed in total 542 shots. He still got badges somehow. I don't know how. I will fix everything again with hot zones and badges and everything, and then we will take care of all of his IQ, physical, and then 3-point if we got any more badge points left. Alrighty, so after all of that, fixing everything again with his badges, I know it still says 1, sorry. He's down to 502, so we will start first with his vertical, or we'll start first with his strength. His vertical is pretty important for him to jump. That leaves us with 428. I want to keep his offensive consistency like that, so we'll lower down his hands all the way down to, and that is going to be a 25 as well. He's down to 355. We're going to take away his post control now. It's looking kind of sad now for him, and that's going to go all the way down to a 25 as well. And now we're also going to lower his post fade down to a 25. That brings him to 208. Post hook, you don't got the other two, so let's just lower this down as well. 134 now, and I think it's time to remove his 3-point. There's not really. Lower stamina first. That's going down to a 25 as well. Leaves us with 103, and yeah, we'll lower his overall first to a 78, and that goes down to a 66. His potential, it's looking so sad right now. I want to keep his vertical so that at least he can still jump, and we'll just lower his offensive consistency. This will leave us with 18. I will say I definitely made some mistakes during this whole recording, so please don't yell at me in the comments about it. And 18, we'll just set 14 now since I just lowered his potential. Shot IQ will also lower. Alrighty, so with all of that done, nowhere to be seen now, he is the worst player on the entire roster at his 61 overall. He's a 3-level scorer now. Just simulate the playoffs. Oh no, it's beginning. They drafted Rick Smits. We're going to have to start him over. We're going to have to start PJ Lacey over him just so that he gets some playing time. We're at the All-Star break, and he is playing 48 minutes a game just because. Let me give Rick Smits all these minutes just to make him happy. But yeah, ready. So we are awful. We're 3-24. We're just going to see Slim to the end of the season again. How many points he scores. And yeah, alrighty. We were awful again. Akeem won MVP. We know all of this already. We're just here for what he did for us. He averaged 19 points per game, pretty good. He still averaged 0.1 rebounds, still had pretty good assists, still shot over 50% from the field, which is really, really good. We had 11 wins, which is really, really good too. He did not lead us. Alrighty, so kind of a down year in shooting. He didn't shoot that much, but he did still have 951 attempts and 499 makes. It was kind of a down year for him, but he still did have 452 missed shots. So we will go over now and fix everything again because he still has badges and everything, and then the new number will say. Alrighty, so after all that, alrighty, so now we're down to 377. So I'm going to keep his vertical, and I'm also going to decrease his 3-point now because he doesn't. I'm just gonna make him an inside type player, and that's gonna drop him all the way down to a 55 now. That leaves us with 303. Also gonna drop his mid-range shot because he doesn't really need it. That puts him to 229. Put his close shot down as well, down to a 25. He's now close to a 50 overall now. He's down to 155. I'll also put down his driving dunk as well, He's down to a 50. He's a finesse finisher now. 81 points left. Put some of it on his overall. Alrighty, that was 15 points. And then the rest we will put on his shot IQ. And now he's down to a 48 overall. So we are very, 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 very close. I think it's just the standing dunk, layup, the vertical. These playoffs don't really matter, so we will just simulate and then just move on to the next year. Alrighty, player progression. He's down to a 49 overall. He's down 14 overalls. We're also going into the 1990s. Alrighty, end of the season, we were completely awful. PJ Lacey, he averaged 10 points. He's getting to that point now. 10 points, 11 points per game essentially. Three assists. Awful. I mean, just awful shooting. So I think this is gonna be it. He still even shot the ball from 3 for some reason. He did start every single game for us, so I think this is gonna be it. Alrighty, so he missed a total of 738 shots. That's insane. He only shot 35% from the field. Alrighty, so I put him down to everything. He's now a 40 overall. We still have 496 points left, but I mean, yeah. So PJ Lacey is now went from a 99 to a 40 within 7 years, which is pretty impressive. And he had all the badges, everything in the hot, all his hot zones were hot. So yeah, I guess it takes a 99 to go to a 40 within 7 seasons. He averaged throughout his 7 years 21 points and about 3 rebounds, which is kind of sad as a 7'3" center. 5 assists. He still shot the ball really well from everywhere, which is kind of funny. He still averaged a lot of minutes. So I'm just gonna simulate these playoffs and kind of continue through. But if you did enjoy, please subscribe, please like, and put in the comments a video that you want to see in the future. And yeah.